Right, I'm sitting here with Sabelo Ngebiyana. You got two fights lined up on BoxRec. Let's talk about fight number one. Ricardo Malajika, December 4. What are you thinking about this fight?
Okay, thank you, Hayden, again for this opportunity. This year was one of those years of which I can say it was productive when it comes to my boxing career. As I said, Malajika is a rematch. I never take any of my opponents as easy as payday. I know Malajika is also a good boxer. I always respect my opponents. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this fight. On the 40th of December against Malajika. I'm fully prepared for him. Yeah.
And what was the thought process? I mean, literally a couple of weeks later, you have a fight in Russia. What was the thought behind that?
The fight is not really confirmed because I haven't also signed the contract. So for now, I will stick on focusing on this upcoming fight, which is a rematch against Ricardo Malajika on the 40th of December. So this fight that might happen in Russia, I'll see after this fight against Ricardo.
How important is the fight against Ricardo? You got the WBA Pan-African title on the line?
Yeah, I'm fighting for All Africa Pan title, WBA. Yeah, I think it's also a good fight for me also to get some ratings there in WBA sanction body. Yeah.
And I mean the Russian fights, no belts on the line as far as you know?
The Russian fights, it's a good fight because the guy is also rated on the three world title bodies, which is WBO, IBF, WBA. Yeah. So I'm looking forward for that fight also, to make a way for myself to get to fight under those big stages, Yeah, because the guy it's a legit opponent for me that can put me somewhere. We never know.
What has it been like preparing for two different opponents in one training camp?
Okay. The thing is, yeah, the fights that I'm preparing on, it's a rematch. So I'm not taking my opponent, which is Ricardo, for granted. But rematch is always fighting yourself or compete with yourself. All I'm trying to do in this camp now on, I'm trying to be the better saint that I was in my previous fight against Ricardo Malajika. Preparing for him, and also my mind is on two dimensions at the same time. But for me, it's a warm-up fight for me to showcase that I'm done here back at home in South Africa with these guys. I'm done with these guys. Yes, I've took a few L's on my way, but now I think I'm done in South Africa now because I feel like I'm sticking on one place. I'm not going anywhere. But the time is going, my age is also going at the same time. Yeah, so also praying for other side, for getting ready also for going outside the country. Try to polish what we worked on in our previous camp. Try to work on to bring the best out of me. Yeah.
So you've been to Russia before once. It didn't go your way that day. Are you convinced that going there again is a good idea?
Yes, sir. This time, this time, I've learned so much, or I've gained so much experience fighting outside the country, emotionally, physically, But then, what we were working on here, we were working on going and dancing those big stages, I'm that guy who's I don't see myself here, no. This time is that time now. I need to go there, out there, and fight in those big stages. I need to go there and swim with the sharks, you know. We can call them whatever you wanna call them, you know. But I have to go there and like pursue what I was born to do, you know. I was born to fucking fight. I need to go there, bro. I need to fight, you know. I need to fight better fights, you know, better fights, you know, that can take me to the world title, you know. Yeah.
Have you given up on the Gideon Buthelezi fight? Is that still in your plans for the future?
Yeah, that fight will never happen. Will never happen. Will never happen. I even like forget about the guy. Like will never happen that fight. Yeah.
Why is that?
The thing is, there's no promotion like we can make that fight happen. You know, like I'm done with that fight. Like I don't wanna like talk about that fight anymore.
That was the best part of your last 2 or 3 years talking about that fight, and it just never happened. When you're fighting overseas, a whole bunch of new fighters you've never even heard of before, does that excite you?
Yeah, you know, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like going outside the country, like we gain more experience. You know, we learn so much. You know, you see my previous fight there, that side, I've learned so much there. You know, like okay, basic things. You know, basic things of which I've took them for granted. You know, basic things. But then unfortunately the results came the way they are, you know, yeah. I've took my lesson, then I've came back to the drawing board, then I've bettered myself. That's what we're still working on here, me and my coach, you know, yeah.
Alright, so come the results on the 4th of December, what is your actual prediction for the fight?
The thing is, I always trust myself. But then without the best team behind me, you know, I'm nothing, you know, because teamwork makes dream work, you know. So without my team, like my brother here, Bruno, he always support me, like yeah. So even in this upcoming fight, you know, we know we're not belonging in the same stage with the boy. You know, unfortunately, like I never had that. I'm gonna call it a favorism, like whereby like you find yourself like having a promoter who can protect you, give you nice fights, pay you good, always make sure you prepared. You know the dates before, not know the dates like 2 weeks before the fight. You know. Sign the contracts 1 week before the fight, you know. But then out of all these things, you know, I've learned so much. You know, I've learned so much in a small space of time. You know, I think that's what can make me stronger. You know, me and my team, we've experienced so much things. You know, so much things. You know. But then, yeah, what we're working on now is to go there in that 4th of December and take that boy out like 4 rounds. And then 4 rounds will be enough for him. 4 rounds. If not, maybe 2nd round. You know. But 4th round, the fight will be over. You know, that's what I can promise. And that's what I'll bring. I always bring fire. You know, I always bring fire. And the boy knows. He doesn't belong with me in the same stage. You know, we cannot dance in the same lights, me and him. Yeah, man.
Alright, and then lastly, from yourself, thank yous or shout outs from anybody?
Yeah, I want to thank you. Big thank you to my sponsor, Fight Club, World Sport Betting. Yeah, that's it. And shout out to MT record label.